Heading to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and want to maximize your time while there? Keep watching this video for all of our favorite tips to get the most out of this spooktacular event at Walt Disney World. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is in full swing at Disney, and we are here to help you make the most of it. With so much to see and do, it may seem a little overwhelming, but with a plan, you'll be feeling like a pro in no time. Which leads me to our first tip: create a strategy. What are you most excited about? Characters, food, entertainment, rides? There are endless opportunities for things to do at this party, and you will not be able to do all of it. Whatever your priorities, creating a strategy will help you stay on track and see everything on your list. Arrive early. The party starts at 7 p.m., but guests with party tickets are allowed to start entering at 4. So decide what time works best for you and plan to be there as early as your schedule allows. Guests will usually start lining up around 3 p.m., so if you do arrive at 4, just be prepared to wait in a very long line, as many people will have already been standing there for a little bit. Once you get through this line, you'll get your party wristband and be able to start enjoying all of the festivities. If you have a day ticket to Magic Kingdom, or if you have an annual pass, you can go through the regular entrance and bypass that very long line and get your wristband inside at several locations throughout the park. Or if you're already inside the park, there is no need to leave and re-enter. Just head to a wristband station and get your band for the party. Take advantage of lower crowds on party days. Magic Kingdom is pretty consistently much less crowded on party days, so use this to your advantage. If you're able to arrive early, you can enjoy lower wait times on rides before the party even starts. But be sure to save rides with overlays like the Haunted Mansion, for example, during party hours. Visit characters early or late. Some characters start meeting before the actual party begins, which can save you some valuable time. Jack and Sally, which tends to be one of the most popular character meet and greets during the Halloween party, start meeting as early as 4:30. However, even if you get there around 4:15, you're looking at about a 2 to 3 hour wait to see them. If you can wait until later in the night, it is very possible to have a much shorter wait time for Jack and Sally. Nothing is ever guaranteed, but generally you can meet Jack and Sally with a much lower wait time if you go during the first parade, during one of the other entertainment options, or closer to the end of the night. Other characters that meet early are Pooh and Friends, Elvis Stitch, and the Seven Dwarfs. You can get in these lines before the party even begins, and this will save you a lot of time. It is impossible to meet all of the characters during one Halloween party. So choose the ones that are most important to you, prioritize those, and look at the rest as a bonus. Eat dinner before the party and save the snacks for later in the night. Don't waste precious party time eating dinner. Instead, have your meal before the festivities begin, and then enjoy some party-exclusive snacks throughout the night. The lines for party snacks and food are busiest in the beginning of the party, when guests are waiting for the other entertainment to begin and trying to get the meal in before the party actually starts. Eating first and snacking later will save you a ton of time in line. The same logic goes for trick-or-treating. Disney will not run out of candy, I promise you this. The lines for trick-or-treat can be super long in the beginning of the party, but if you can wait until a little bit later, the lines are almost non-existent. Don't arrive too early for the fireworks. This may seem like the opposite of what you may be used to for other fireworks shows at Disney, but for these ones in particular, you can usually find a good spot about 15 minutes before the fireworks start. There is so much to see and do at this party that you don't want to be waiting long periods of time for a good spot for the fireworks. Much of the area near the castle really starts filling in about 15 or 20 minutes beforehand, so this is a good time frame to aim when finding your viewing place. Choose your parade viewing spot wisely. There are a few reasons for this. There are 2 Booty You parade times, 8:15 and 11:15. The early parade will always be more crowded than the later one, as this is when most families watch the parade. That being said, if you're planning to see the earlier parade, you will need to arrive at your chosen spot a little bit earlier than if you were seeing the later one. Choosing where you see the parade from matters, because it steps off in Frontierland and then slowly makes its way towards the front of the park. Guests viewing the parade in Frontierland will see it start almost immediately at the starting time, which means that they'll also be finished watching it earlier. Whereas guests watching it from the front will have to wait about a half an hour for the parade to make its way there. Now, this might sound like you have extra time if you choose to see it from up front, but that's not exactly the case. Because if you want to see the Headless Horseman, and trust me, you do, when he rides, it's one straight shot from Frontierland to the front of the park, and it goes fairly quickly. In addition to that, many people like to watch the parade on Main Street and near the castle, so those spots will fill up a lot faster. One of our favorite places to see it is up by the train station, and this is for a couple of reasons. First of all, if you want to see Max's Powerline Dance Party, this is where it happens. In addition to that, a lot of people don't realize that that's a great place to watch the parade from, and so it doesn't fill up very quickly. You can usually find a spot about 15 minutes before the parade is supposed to begin, meaning that you don't have to wait a ton of time sitting and waiting for the parade to start. And if you're planning to watch both parades, it can be fun to change up your location. When we do this, we usually like to watch the first parade from Frontierland and the second parade by the train station. If you're staying the whole night, save the Hocus Pocus show for last. It starts at midnight, which is when the party is technically over, so that means you get an extra 20 minutes or so of party time. The crowds are also lowest during this time, and getting a good spot is easy with minimal wait time. Watching the second parade from the train station puts us in a great position to walk straight up Main Street and watch the show at the castle. Save shopping for last. The shops will stay open about an hour after the party is over, so if you're staying late, you still have time to buy Halloween merch without sacrificing party time. Lines are always the longest for merch in the beginning of the night, so unless there is something you absolutely must have, waiting to shop is the best strategy for this. There is so much to see and do at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party that it can be difficult to prioritize your must-dos. But by using these time-saving strategies, you can make the most of your party time. Be sure to schedule in time for dance parties, the cadaver dancer hitchhiking ghosts, and time to just enjoy the atmosphere of the party. Hopefully these tips will help you maximize your time and experience at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.